Hi friends, and welcome back to Rustic and Lace DIY. Today is the 5 under 5 challenge. I'll let you know more about that in a few minutes. But first of all, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Brenda. This is my Oliver. And if you're returning, we love you so much. So with all that being said, let's get to crafting.
Okay, here's DIY number 1. So for this DIY, I took one of these MDF rabbits that I just recently got from Dollar Tree and I painted it with my Waverly chalk paint in the color white. Once it was dry, I went over the whole rabbit with some Mod Podge, and then once I had the rabbit covered, I let it dry. And while it was drying, I took my napkin here. I removed the 2 plies. This one I had to use tape on my fingers to get the second ply off, and then it kind of stuck and ripped there, but I got it all off. Then I put it on my rabbit. Once my rabbit was dry, I covered the napkin with some parchment paper, and then I'm using a heat press to go over that napkin and reactivate the Mod Podge. And if you don't have a little heat press, you can use an iron. You just don't want it to have this steam on. And then after that, I just went over, I trimmed off the excess napkin there. And I'm going over this with some more Mod Podge, and then I let it dry. Now this napkin I received from a viewer. Her name is Danny. She sent me some beautiful napkins, and these are one of them. Thank you so much, Danny. I love it. After it was all dry, I went with my finger sander here, and I am just going to sand away all the extra napkin, and then in between the ears I used a little finger filing emery board. After that, I took one of these plaques from Dollar Tree and I painted it white. And then once that was dry, I'm going to take a little bit of this ribbon. I got this at Hobby Lobby and this spring when it was 40% off, and I just thought it was so pretty. I got a pink one and a yellow one, and I just loved the little flower shapes on there. So I'm just gonna hot glue this around the neck of the bunny, and look, this could actually be a 2-sided DIY because it just looks really cute with just the white and the pink there too. After that, I took a little pink rose that I actually got from Hobby Lobby as well. And then I'm going to use my wood glue and hot glue and glue the bunny onto the middle of that plaque. And after that, I took some these foam roses. These come in a bag of 6 from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to glue them all around the base, and that's all there was. And I have, let's see, 250. The napkin was free. I probably have, no, 375, probably $4-ish into this DIY. You might, if you don't have a napkin and buy napkins, it might be a little bit more for you, but, you could absolutely recreate this using any kind of napkin or even paper that you might have on hand. But I love how this came out. You have to let me know what you think about it in the comment box below. Okay, so today is the 5 under 5 challenge where we make 5 items, each under $5. It is hosted on the 5th of every month by Emily with Farm Charm Chic, and by this month's guest host is the sweet Shannon with Shannon's Crafty DIYs. I will have links to both their channels in the comment box below and to the playlist, so make sure you check out their channels and the playlist. I'm sure you'll get all kinds of inspiration. Okay, here's DIY number 2. Now this one, I don't know. I'm just still iffy about this one, you guys. So I'm going to take this sign from Dollar Tree. I'm going to remove this paper. I was not going to use this paper. I was going to throw it out, but I thought, well, I don't know. I might have to use it because, we're trying to keep this under $5. So I removed it, and a lot of the backing was ripped off, but I just got as much off of there as I could. And then once I was done, I just started removing that yucky tinsel. And then the green was really easy because it was just wrapped around those little finger things there. But the orange, they have little hooks on the side of the carrots, and so you kind of have to untwist around. But it really didn't take long or wasn't hard at all. You just had to go a little bit slower than on the green ones because of the little hooks. But once I had all of the tinsel removed, I am going to take this fabric. Now, this fabric, Kathy Joe from Kathy Joe DIY sent me this. And I'm sorry this is not in view, but I am cutting at 1-inch intervals. So once I had that whole material cut down, I just started ripping. I had just cut slits and then I just started ripping it off. Then I cut these down to about 5 inches. And once I had all my little ones cut, then I'm just going to start adding them to my carrots. Now, before I did that, I forgot. I took my wire cutters here and I'm just cutting those little hooks off. They come off super easy. Then I took my fabric and I'm just going to wrap it around all the little, what do you want to call them, rims. And I just tied knots. And that's all I did. I went all the way around the carrots on the outside and the inside. If you have more fabric, you can make it fuller if you don't want it as full. When I first started this, the first one I did those pieces of fabric about 4 inches, but I wasn't sure I really liked the way it looked. I wanted it a little fuller. And then after I got them all fuller, I'm like, oh, I don't know if I like that either. But it's kind of hard. I don't think it's kind of hard to see the shape of the carrot, I think. But I thought it was a cute idea anyway. So you'll have to let me know what you think about it. Does it look like a carrot to you? Or 3 carrots? Anyways, after I had all the fabric on there, I'm going to cut these little finger things on the top off. And then I took a pick from Walmart of my favorite boxwood greenery. And I'm just going to add them into the little holes there that are above my fabric. And then I am going to use some floral wire to attach them. I cut the 2 side little things that stuck up there and just left the middle one so that I could attach the boxwood greenery to that middle one. And I'm just going to take my wire and just twist it around. And I think I did 2 different pieces, one towards the bottom and one towards the top on that, just to keep the boxwood in place. Then I went ahead with my hot glue. I decided to go ahead and do this to keep this cost worthy. And I'm just going to hot glue all the way around that edge and then put my paper back on it. And then after I have this all on there, I'm trying to be really careful not to get the fabric in between the plastic and the paper. So I'm kind of going slow at doing this and trying to hold up the fabric as I went around. But there it is. Does it look like carrots to you? I don't know. The jury's still out with with me. I'm just not sure, but let's see. I think I had a couple of dollars, maybe $3 into this. You have to let me know what you think about this as well. Okay, I always like to take this moment to thank my subscribers. You guys are awesome. And if you enjoyed today's video and you are new, I invite you to hit the red subscribe button, become part of our YouTube family. And then if you would give me that thumbs up and comment and watch those ads, I would truly appreciate it. That really helps me. And then if you'd like to follow me on social media, you can find the links to my accounts in the description box below. Okay, here's DIY number 3. So I love this one because it's purple. So I'm going to start off by painting one of these eggs from Dollar Tree. These are new this year. And I'm painting it with my Waverly chalk paint in the color white. I paint it front and I think I only painted the edges and or just around the edges on the other side. And then after it was dry, I'm going over it with this Concord Grape by Apple. Now you're probably wondering, why did I paint it white and then now painting it purple? Well, this is acrylic paint and it's very see-through, and it would have taken probably about 3 coats to get a good coverage. So instead of doing 3 coats, I just painted it white and then just did the 1 coat. And then that way, it looked better. So I'm going to take this paper. I got this a year or two ago from Hobby Lobby. I'm going to trace out my egg, and as you can see, I only painted around the edges, and that's where I'm going to lay my paper, I think. I don't know. I think I messed up here. I did. So I was going to put that on the other side. Oh my goodness, did I paint the other side? I'm going to have to go look at my egg to see. Maybe it's still brown. Oh my goodness. Anyways, I am covering it with Mod Podge. I'm doing a thick layer because I'm going to use that paper. I set that aside. And now I took one of these little bunny heads from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to paint the whole thing with my white chalk paint. And then after I have this done, now I did not paint the back of this one because you're not going to see it. But oh man, now I can't wait to look at my egg. I am going to take Waverly chalk paint in the color Elephant once my white was dry, my paint, and I am doing some distressing all around the bunny head. Now, if you don't know how to distress, you just take a little brush here, like a stencil brush like I have, or a chip brush, and you want to just dab it a little bit, or dab it into a little bit of paint. And then if you can see my little puppy pad there next to me, I kind of dab off the excess on there because you'd want it to be kind of a drier brush. And then that way, and you can see I'm doing a little distressing on the inside. That way it doesn't look so clumpy. After that, I took this paper and I put it on the side of my egg that had the Mod Podge. And I am just going to do the same thing with my parchment paper and my heat press here. This just reactivates that Mod Podge and causes the paper to stick to the egg. And once I had that all done, then I again going to go over it a second time with Mod Podge, and this is to help protect that paper. It gives it just that extra layer of coating protection. I don't know. Boy, I'm out of it tonight. Okay, so once that was dry, I took some ribbon. Now this ribbon I got from Dollar Tree last year. They have some similar to it, but it's a little darker this year. And I just made a bow doing the awareness ribbon, scrunching it up in the middle, tying some twine around it, and then dovetail the ends by folding in half and cutting at an angle. Then I took some little pieces of boxwood greenery here, and I'm gluing it to the corner of by the ear. I added that bow on top of the greenery, and then this is just a little rosebud from a pick that I have from Hobby Lobby. And there it is. Oh my goodness, I love how this came out. It is just adorable. And you guys, I probably have less than $3, maybe $3 at the most into it. And I love how this came out. You have to let me know what you think about this one as well. Okay, so it is a time for a celebration of your recreations, but I don't have anything to share today. So if you have a creation or recreation that you would like me to showcase, you can send pictures to my email address that's listed there, or to Instagram or Facebook Messenger. Okay, here's DIY number 4. So for this DIY, I'm going to take one of these new signs that I just recently found at Dollar Tree. I'm going to remove that tag, and then I am just going to do some heavy dry brushing over it. And when I say heavy, I mean it's going to be a heavy coat. It's hard to explain. It's going to be a heavy coat, but it's not thick. It's just going to be a lot more distressing. I guess that's a better way to explain it. So you're still going to see part of the sign in the background of it, but it's a lot more than if you just do a light distressing. I hope that makes sense for you beginner crafters out there. And then once I had it done, and I went over the edges too. I didn't do the back. I just do the front and the edges. I'm going to do the beads as well. And I just my fingers kind of got messy, but I just kind of twisted the beads around and just kind of did a dry brushing around them so you could kind of still see the natural color of the beads and the white. So I'm going to take this calendar. This is from this year. And I'm going to take out March's picture here. That's so cute with that little bunny. And I just kind of cut a hole in the middle, and then I'm just using my little scissors here to cut out this rabbit. And I tried to be very careful with the little flowers that were hanging down, and just kind of tried to go right along the line so that I can still use this page for something else at another time if I want to. And then I did the same thing there with the other flowers, just trying to be very careful to kind of cut around it. And then once I had that cut out, I just went and did a real fussy cut, which means I cut really close to the image all the way around it. And then after that, I took some of these rub-on transfers from Dollar Tree, and I am just going to cut the little strips. You see the little light pink strips there. I'm going to cut those off, and I'm going to set those aside, and I'm going to keep them for another DIY at some point. And then, and I think they're adorable, but I wanted the bigger flowers for this one. So I'm just going to cut each strip, and I'm going to use just the wider flowers, the bigger flowers here. So I'm just going to, I laid one on the side so I kind of would know where to lay this one on the bottom, but I still, too much of a gap, but I did fix it later on. So I left the top cover on this, and then I am just going to use my little rubbing tool here. You can use anything that has a flat surface, and I'm just going to continue to rub. I'm going to start removing the top layer here, and then if I see any flowers coming up or any of the coloring coming up, I just kind of rub a little bit more until I am sure that it's not going to come up, and I'll just keep doing that until I can pull it away and there's nothing left. And then this is what I did here. When I got to the edges, I took that fifth strip and just kind of kept cutting it down so that I have what looks like one cohesive strip. And as you can see, there is a backing on this. You remove the backing, you lay the rub-on transfer down on your surface, you rub it, and then once you're done rubbing, you remove the top layer. Okay, so after that, I took my Elmer school glue stick here, and I took my rabbit that I cut out, my little bunny rabbit, and I'm just going all the way around the back with my glue stick. You could use Mod Podge if you want. You could probably just use regular Elmer's glue if you want. You could use any glue of your choice, but to me, this was just going to be the easiest for now. And then I'm just going to lay it right down in front of my, in the middle of my sign. Look how cute that is. Isn't that adorable? Then I took some of this ribbon from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to make another ribbon, but instead of using twine this time, I'm going to just put a little dab of hot glue in the middle. And then I kind of struggled a little bit here, but I finally get it. I couldn't quite get the right grasp with my fingers, but I did finally get it, and I just kind of connected it to where the two crossed. Then I'm just going to cut the tails at an angle, and then I'm going to glue that right down on the bunny, and there it is. I think this came out so adorable. I just love that rub-on transfer. So pretty. You have to let me know what you think about this one as well. If you haven't guessed, these are all very easy DIYs. And yeah, so these are beginner-friendly DIYs. Okay, so I'm going to take one of these carrots from Dollar Tree. I'm going to paint the top part of it with Waverly chalk paint in the color moss, and the bottom part with Waverly chalk paint in the color pumpkin. Once they were done, I'm going to do some distressing, because you know me, I love distressing, and I love rustic, and I was really feeling that rustic vibe coming on me again. So I'm just going to go all the way around my carrot, and I'm going to do some distressing. I do end up doing the back side as well, because you always want to have a finished product. At least I do. I like to have a finished product on both sides. That's why it's bugging me that I don't know whether or not I finished the back side of my purple one. My purple egg. It's driving me nuts. Anyways, I'm just going to go around the top part too here. And as you can see, I, dip my brush in the cap of the paint, and then I just kind of wipe it off, dabbing on that napkin or that paper towel. And then I just do a little bit on the inside and on the sides and on the back. Then I took some raffia, and I'm going to just tie some jute string around it to hold it in place. I had a whole bunch of this, just little pieces of raffia from different times I've used my raffia and cut it. And so I just kind of got it all together and put it in a pile, and then I'm just tying the twine around it, and then I'm just going to hot glue it to the top. I did trim off the edges a little bit. Then I found these in my stash. This is also from Dollar Tree. These are rub-on transfers, and I'm going to cut it. Almost killed me to do this to cut that, but I wanted to use that Farm Fresh and I didn't think flowers would work. So I'm just going to cut out the Farm Fresh word. I am cutting on the inside part of those lines, and I'm going to hold them aside in case I ever decide to try and use them. I don't know for what. I don't know. I'm kind of a hoarder. I think we all are. I think all of us crafters tend to be hoarders. We always save things thinking we're going to use them again later. Okay, so I'm just doing like I did on the previous rub-on transfers, just doing my rub-on here. And then once I had it all done, I removed the top layer. And then I'm going to make a double loop finger bow. I am just going to go around my fingers like you see. I'm going to take that long tail and I'm going to bring it in between my fingers, going around all of those pieces of twine, bring it up from behind my fingers, and then going around and coming through that loop that I just made, and then just pulling tight. And then after that, I'm going to trim off the legs there because they are too long. And then I'm going to hot glue that in the middle of my raffia. And then after that, I didn't have any orange buttons, but I did find a green one. So I'm just going to glue that right there. And that's all there was for that. Super easy. All of these could be Easter or spring. They're very neutral for either one. I just think it's adorable. I hope you do too. The final reveal is coming right up. You have to let me know which one was your favorite, and make sure you watch the playlist and check out Emily and Shannon's channels. Stay tuned at the end if you'd like to see a gift or a box of goodies that I received from another subscriber. But with all that, you guys, I will be back again on Sunday with another video. It's the Just Our Imagination collaboration, which is so much fun. So make sure you stay tuned for that. And with all that being said, I really hope you guys have a wonderful week, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye. Okay, guys, I wanted to share another box of goodies I just got from Linda. Look at this card. I'm sure she made it. I love it. She thinks I'm the best. That is just so sweet. But thank you, Linda Smith. I truly appreciate it, but I wanted to show you some of the fun stuff she sent me. She sent me one of these wood rounds. I believe these come from Walmart. And I love wood, you guys, so she sent me a lot of wood, and I so appreciate it. This is just amazing. She sent me these two little signs. I love them. They are so cute. I think these came from the Dollar General, but I love those. Those are a great size. And then she sent me these. This looks like it comes from Dollar Tree. These stars will be perfect for 4th of July coming up. And then one of these wood oval pieces. I love this. And then a square wood piece. And then we have this wood oval and this plaque from Dollar Tree. This, I had never seen one of these before, but this is so cute. This little house frame. I love it. And then we have two of these rectangle like chalkboard signs that come from Dollar Tree. And then one of these chalkboard signs. And then a couple of these houses. Oh my goodness. Oh, we have some of these apples. I'm not sure where these came from, but these are so cute. And then I love these wood pieces. We've got a rectangle one and the oval one. And then a couple houses from Dollar Tree. So one of these wood houses and one of these smaller ones. And then two of these houses here. This one looks like it is coming off, which is great because, you know, I always pull those off. And it's already started for me. But anyways, I just wanted to share these things real quick with you. Thank you so much, Linda. I really, really appreciate it, girl. These are just awesome, and I can't wait to use them in my next projects. So with all that, you guys, thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.